Sources leaking detailed information to the Sunday Island, as claimed by the newspaper, indicate that damaging information and evidence exists to indict the current central bank governor in the central bank bond fiasco.
The Sunday Island today reports, quoting sources familiar with the court process, that a special parliamentary investigation committee that probed the alleged insider trading and favoritism in a recent mega treasury bond issue has established central bank governor Arjun Mahendran's direct intervention on behalf of his son-in-law Arjun Aloysius owned perpetual treasuries. The 13-member committee named by Speaker Chamal Rajapaksa has obtained direct, documentary as well as circumstantial evidence to prove Mahendran's role in the flawed process. The entire investigation took place in the presence of the Auditor General to ensure legitimacy to the process at the highest level. The Sunday Island reports that the Auditor General is expected to prepare his own report on the parliamentary investigation. The committee questioned both Mahendran and Aloysius regarding the alleged scam. Parliamentary sources had told the Sunday Island, adding that the Bank of Ceylon facilitated the investigation by furnishing records of telephone conversations to the probe team. The Sunday Island published today notes that the committee went to the extent of playing telephone conversations on several occasions, much to the embarrassment of some of those who appeared before the committee, as well as some members of the committee itself. The committee also received documentary evidence to establish that Mahendran, contrary to specific regulations, had entered to the Public Debt Department during the auction. The senior officials present at the Public Debt Department at the time of Mahendran's intervention had confirmed this. The subject of the probe was a 30-year bond auction for ₹1 billion on February 24th. The central bank received 36 offers amounting to ₹20 billion. This had enabled the central bank governor to accept 10 billion rupees. A weekend newspaper reported earlier this year that the son-in-law of Arjun Mahendran, the governor of the central bank, was privy to information that the central bank had decided to accept bids up to 10 billion rupees instead of the initially indicated amount of 1 billion rupees, information that was not communicated to the primary dealers. However, in an article published on the Sunday Times website on the 6th of March, Arjun Mahendran was quoted as saying that his son-in-law was no longer a part of the firm Perpetual Treasuries Limited. The website of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka lists 16 authorized primary dealers as of October 2013. And they are Bank of Ceylon, Capital Alliance, Entrust Securities, Commercial Bank, First Capital Treasuries, Acuity Securities, NatWealth Securities, NSB Fund Management, People's Bank, Sampat Bank, Ceylon Bank, Wealth Trust Securities, Pan Asia Bank Corporation, Perpetual Treasuries, HSBC and the Union Bank. On the 10th of March, Newsfirst reported on a press release issued by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka on the 9th of October 2013, announcing the appointment of Perpetual Treasuries Limited as an authorized primary dealer. The address listed on this document is number 10, Alfred House Gardens, Colombo 3. The single shareholder of Perpetual Treasuries Limited is Perpetual Asset Management Private Limited. The listed address of the shareholder company is Level 3, number 10, Alfred House Gardens, Colombo 3. Newsfirst secured a document listing the directors and shareholders of a company named Perpetual Capital Private Limited, established on the 18th of February 2015 under the registration number PV 103925. The shareholders of this organization are Jeffrey Joseph Aloysius and Arjun Joseph Aloysius. The address listed is also Level 3, Prince Alfred Tower, number 10, Alfred House Gardens, Colombo 3. Speaking to News First exclusively on the 16th of March, Governor Arjun Mahendran said that he takes full responsibility for not informing primary dealers regarding the increased bond requirement.
But the problem right now, Mr. Governor, is the fact that this was not communicated to the primary dealers.
Well, it's in the past it wasn't either. You know, the point is, how can we communicate that to primary dealers, because we didn't know that we would get 20 billion worth of orders. The moment we opened the bids, we realized that there was much in excess of what we had originally anticipated in the auction.
But every time, Mr. Governor, there has been a treasury bond issue, there has been an oversubscription, right?
Yes, but the point is, you know, we don't, you see, my point is the knowledge that I had that the government needed the money was in the back of my mind, and my expectation was that we wouldn't have many bids at this auction, so we were going to look at other means of raising it.
So, Mr. Governor, there is a problem that persists with regard to the communication.
I agree. I mean, it's because the functioning of the market has not been perfect in the past. Now, in this instance, I think that communication didn't work properly. We should have said we needed to raise 10 billion, but of course, we had advertised it the previous day, and I only got to know of the Treasury requirement on the Thursday. So there was miscommunication. I accept that.
So can this be called insider trading, Mr. Governor?
No, this is not insider trading at all, because, it was just a question of us shifting from one system to another.
One organization in question was privy to information that the others did not have.
No, that has to be established. Certainly that information didn't come from me.
Mr. Governor, many primary dealers have told newspapers on the grounds of anonymity that this has caused a confusion and instability in the market. And I think as a governor, you should take responsibility for it.
No, I will take responsibility for the fact that we should have advertised 10 billion, but we didn't have that information in time.
What is shocking about this whole matter is that the Governor of the Central Bank, Arjuna Mahendran, has admitted to News First that he made a mistake, that he failed to inform the primary dealers of the increase from 1 billion rupees to 10 billion rupees. Secondly, we have on record the chairman of the United National Party, Mr. Malik Samaravikrama, who admitted that he was present at the meeting that discussed these events, the need for money. It's highly unusual, but Mr. Malik Samaravikrama said that he was there in his capacity as special advisor to the Prime Minister. We beg to differ with what he means. He seems to have no specialist knowledge of central banking finance. The losses calculated could be anywhere between $35 billion and $52 billion. That's a substantial amount. We could have built 100 Maragama cancer hospitals with that money. It is very, very clear that Mr. Mahendran's position is untenable. It is not too late. He must go.
Why is not the COPE report being tabled in Parliament? Is anyone exerting pressure on the committee members? Who is responsible for wasting public money? To the attention of the public.